Erewhon supermarket is
celebrity collaborators and influencer posts. The Erewhon smoothie has hit social media by storm.
This is what dreams are made of. Oh God.
This is probably one of the best Erewhon smoothies I've ever had.
Another day, another Erewhon smoothie taking over TikTok.
I am on my way to Erewhon right now.
When one thinks of Erewhon, they are likely to think about Hollywood, glamour-coated upscale lifestyle with steeply priced organic grocery or celebrity-curated smoothies. Some groups are also surprisingly calling it a fancier Whole Foods and even a dating hotspot to find love. For a company with a turnover upwards of $171 million, it appears to be a cult lifestyle brand selling better health in the form of expensive snacks and has done this with live food counters, soup bars, florist stations and more, which makes it look bougie and more elevated than the average neighborhood grocery retailer.
Super bougie girl.
I was gonna say bougie.
Yeah.
It's very like LA grocery store. I'd say it's kind of
Calabasas vibes.
unnecessary.
When people are flying over to visit this store as a tourist spot and when we see the hype of never-ending celebrity collabs, it makes us think, is it a new elite hangout spot, a celebrity oasis, or a whole new Instagram aesthetic? Or is it?
It's like the Hermes of supermarkets.
I don't know what I want, but everything looks so good.
I feel like I can't even afford to pick up this box.
This LA-based store, which is also popular for its smoothies, was once a juice store in a kiosk in Boston and wasn't even in LA to begin with, but quickly rose to being an aspirational hotspot that many like to associate with and being seen in. While researching for this video, I came across all sorts of interesting and amazing things like digital price tags, models carrying Erewhon's paper bags in the Balenciaga show, organic farming, EV car juice, air travel collaborations, and so much more that I will share with you, including the bizarre animal blend smoothie. You probably didn't even notice these 3 things that help Erewhon sell steeply priced goods like a $80 CMOS jar or $20 Skin Glow celebrity curated smoothies. Want to know what these 3 things are and how Erewhon became a sensation? Then keep watching. As a hint, let me tell you, it's more than just pricing and has lots to do with community building and technology, which I'll tell you about in a few minutes. In this video, I will talk about how it went from being a humble juice store to a luxury status symbol like the Hermes of food store. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I share marketing insights about pop culture brands as a product and brand marketer in an easy to understand way. I'm going to dissect for you how it influences biases and more to sell food essentials as luxuries. And I'll also try to explain how it created a community-based market where, just like buyers, many brands are also desperate to collect a stamp of approval by being seen inside the store. There's many reasons that can be attributed to Erewhon's popularity, like the whole organic aura, and of course you would have heard about the popular Hailey Bieber smoothie. There's videos on YouTube about private chefs raving about buying produce from these stores only for their millionaire clients. There's many celebrities going out and about inside the store, which gave it an air of exclusivity, from getting smoothies to organic produce like lotus seeds, lentil soups or dal, and many items here like the organic and seasonal fruits, the sushi section with sushi sandwiches and candles are bestsellers despite the steep cost and being outside the average buyer's budget. There's also a smoothie containing animal organs blended into it.
It's very unique because you take freeze-dried organs and put that inside of a smoothie with honey and organic berries, and it's an amazing time.
It might sound absurd to you, however, people are still buying it because Erewhon has a strong community appeal, with much credit to the exclusivity it offers in contrast to shopping for groceries from Costco or Walmart. To understand how Erewhon became this dystopian luxury store, we need to go back in time for a second. Erewhon wasn't just the name of the store, but also the name of a book. In the 1960s, immigrants Evelyn and Michio Kushi conceptualized Erewhon based on a realization that the body deserves to have the best natural food intake, and they based their store's name on their favorite book's name. The store soon would be seen as a hippie place, and one of their commitments to buyers was to source the most organic produce, and they went as far as importing fresh produce from Japan because to them, American produce wasn't meeting the quality standards alone. The first store was in Boston, and it wasn't in the best neighborhood to attract the most affluent buyers at that time. With import costs and regular juices and produce, it wasn't making a lot of money. Erewhon would go on to acquire US Mills in 1986 and New Morning in 2000, resulting in more control on pricing and with it, the ease of placing more organic produce onto the shelves. Still, the decor wasn't as posh posh fabulous either until a new CEO with his team and investor Tony and Toshi stepped in 2011, and stores were opening in Los Angeles now, where it would go on to make sales upwards of $1,800 per square feet. The year 2010 is crucial in this context because this is the time when Hollywood glamour is peaking again, with the LA glamorous appeal, celebrity spotting, mansion tours. It's an aspirational lifestyle, and Erewhon's media communication is around selling an aspirational lifestyle as well. Tony and Toshi understood three important things about retail merchandising. Now pay attention. For any store opening, there are three key parameters that must be fulfilled to attract a healthy footfall, or in our case, a footfall that is willing to spend thousands of dollars in one visit, and Erewhon got all of these right. First, a location that's convenient to access in a popular spot like in Pasadena or Calabasas, where someone like the Kardashians are about to be spotted. Second, a location with footfall from individuals who have spending power. Stores being in Beverly Hills and Santa Monica are prime examples, as they are surrounded by high-end and luxury shopping sites and is packed with buyers who can indulge at Erewhon too. And last but the most important factor curated by Tony is the aura of an inviting appeal. Now one might think that Harrods, Whole Foods or Gleason's Hollywood is also a pretty and fancy looking store, then why don't they get this sort of undivided attention? About that, remember in the beginning when I told you that Erewhon relies on community building and technology too, apart from pricing, to create the brand positioning that it has? It's time to look at that for a minute. So back to this footage that I showed you earlier, the three things that add to the whole retail shopping experience are as following. First, notice how when entering this space, the entire store space has yellow warm lighting and entirely wooden furnishing, influencing the buyers into thinking, wow, this place is so natural and earthy. So of course the produce and products are organic. Second, notice how the produce is placed on shelves as decorations, signaling to the buyers that the product is available in abundance, and the color scheming of items magnify the appeal of the aesthetics of the store. Third, the live food counter bars of soups and smoothies gives the buyer real-time visuals of how their ordered items are being prepared in front of them, further solidifying the fresh food mantra Erewhon sells around. One of the reasons that people are queuing up outside the store for hours when a new branch launches, or when they're spending $20 to $30 for smoothies and $1,000 for lunch here, is due to several underlying factors. Community building as a whole has multiple aspects here. First, when one sees many influencers and celebrities shopping in these stores, there's an air of exclusivity and glamour associated with the store now. Second, when celebrities started to be seen in these stores, Erewhon thought, wait a minute, we can do better than that. They started launching many collaborations with celebrities, the popular celebrity smoothies with Hailey Bieber, Kourtney Kardashian, Sabrina Carpenter, etc., or coffee placements with influencers like Emma Chamberlain are all results of this idea. One of the first cultural nods of being seen at Erewhon was when models walked the Balenciaga runway holding Erewhon bags. Kanye's tweet about Erewhon was also a hype-generating moment for the store. And when influencers are invited, they're done so with an ask of videos or content in exchange for produce worth a few $100s. So naturally, they begin their videos by saying that they're blessed and fortunate to be invited. But celebrity presence alone didn't make Erewhon popular. People, once having experienced something that's got hype, they tend to talk about it with word of mouth experiences and also share it online. The online sharing of expensive and cheapest grocery hauls from Erewhon also got popularity for the retail outlet, and we're measuring it with EVM, or earned media value, which is a PR term and is often calculated on the marketing analytics, units of exposure and engagement. Chefpay was one of the three creators to break $1 million earned media value for Erewhon, along with Cora Organics founder and model Miranda Kerr with $1.9 million and personal development expert Jay Shetty with $1 million earned media value. Now, by just holding the $20 Erewhon smoothie cup in the hands of someone who typically is used to buying the $3 to $5 smoothies, this person could start feeling elite or belonging to something special with instant gratification, and is one of the factors that Erewhon capitalizes on.
Cooler holding this guy, just holding it. Like you just feel like it's like a purse, like an expensive purse.
In marketing psychology of buying, it's more formally explained by two biases. Let me tell you with an example. First is the substitution bias. So when luxury items are out of reach, people substitute smaller, more affordable luxuries. In this case, a fancy smoothie instead of an expensive dinner is the example of substitution bias. And here Erewhon has many pre-packaged meals, and the live food bar gives people a sense of luxury indulgence in comparison to a restaurant meal where reservations need to be made days in advance. They could simply walk up to Erewhon and place an order from the app specifically for app exclusive launches where they're on their way and they can collect their takeaway almost instantly. Second, anchoring bias. The girl math logic here uses anchoring when comparing the smoothie to a $200 bag, making the smoothie seem reasonable. People anchor their spending choices to higher priced alternatives to justify smaller expenditures. And this also explains how many people would try to experience a smoothie or a sushi or a frittata for the experience. But that's not all. Retail stores today also do brand activation efforts and brand launch events, and everyone probably did it better than other retailers to capture popularity. A few brand activations without getting into extensive details is when Chevrolet launched a juice at Erewhon in collaboration with Quinox, calling it the EV juice, exclusively sold at Erewhon. Now, Chevrolet has nothing in common with the grocery store if you look at it from the perspective of organic produce shopping, except for the juice being in common. This is for a dual win. Chevrolet gets to promote itself at Erewhon and Erewhon gets its placement dollars and an extension of the organic natural fitness appeal with Equinox Fitness. If you're not familiar with what brand activation means, it's when a brand partners to form strategic partnerships with other brands with an aim to create a first-hand experience of their products offering with the buyer base. Other brand activations have been with influencers and actors turned organic branded food entrepreneurs like Kourtney Kardashian, Miranda Kerr Smoothie, and these are all extensions to their brands, their lifestyle. And there are countless smoothie collaborations like with these celebrities as well. Gradually, these things started shaping one's perception of being an aspirational store. The placebo also started kicking in for certain buyer groups, which exaggerated the experience for them. And in turn, this was magnifying the fear of missing out on experiencing the smoothies and organic produce with other buyer groups. Now, with this surge in popularity, there was also a surge in queries and controversies around pricing and value add as well, because you see, whenever we buy something, there's an internal cost value benefit analysis that happens on a deeper subconscious level. When you might walk into a store to buy $80 CMOS gel, you might start questioning what benefits you get out of this and if the product are worth the price. The evaluation differs from person to person and everyone would have a different criteria of evaluation. So this amplifies the buying experience when someone is inside the store, or when people already have the convenience to shop online or elsewhere, they're still choosing the store. I found out that the majority of buyers preferred buying from Erewhon for the appeal of it being organic and using high-grade organic ingredients and doing something good for their health. And then as a result, there are so many DIY recipes by chefs on recreating Erewhon's menu for cheaper at home, and farmers breaking down the true cost of producing organic meat and grains. But we have to note here that consumers at this stage in the store are buying the experience more than the items itself. It's a reach for luxury more than the price tag, and Erewhon continues to grow on this foundation. But rather than just a place to buy an item, the store becomes an experience that a consumer is willing to pay extra to shop in. Many of the products at Erewhon are the same as other stores, but why not buy your strawberries in a glamorous location other than a vendor's cart? You could say the same was somewhat true for the early days of Starbucks as well, where the coffee was and still is priced well above typical average urban coffee shops or diners. But consumers were and are willing to pay extra for convenience, but also for the experience of feeling special that is important to them. Lastly, technology adds to Erewhon's appeal in an interesting way. The digital price tags and flow codes across the store with pre-order facility for users using the mobile app added to convenience. These digital tags meant that the store is reducing paper usage for printing price tag, and is also an extension to the store promoting products with reusable tin or paper packaging instead of plastics. And this is also again magnifying the alleged public perception of the sustainability mission they have. The brand continues to collaborate with new artists regularly and has an airplane menu collaboration with Aero, which is interesting as very select brands do collaborations with airline carriers, so this is like grabbing a low hanging fruit. Fast forward to today, now more brands want products listed at Erewhon first and see if consumers accept their releases. If they do, it's a stamp of approval for the brand, and many brands are locally made in New York City now and not imported from Japan this time. And by now you've already seen how the air of an elite environment at Erewhon invites spenders who don't mind paying a premium for organic produce. This also created an interesting trend of finding romantic interest at the store. You know, when the discussion would start at, "Oh, how's that soup? Where do you go for gym?" And it ends with, "Where do you shower after gym?" and someone responding with, "At your house." So while Erewhon does not create any speed dating events inside the store, their executive team doesn't mind the free PR at all. With that and more, the retailer continues to expand post investments from the Stripes Group and has opened 10 plus outlets in the US in the last 1 year. They're also expanding the line of products with merchant bottled water, and these are also placed on a higher price point. But consumers will buy water and air too if it is presented with an interesting story, just like they did in the case of Liquid Death. I have a video on that. Make sure to check that out after this video. So there you have it, all the ways with which Erewhon shaped its image into a lifestyle brand that makes the consumers feel elevated and good about themselves. They could buy $25 rotisserie chicken or $40 chips inside the store, and the quality is possibly something that makes them return for repeat purchases. Do check out more videos on my channel if you liked this one, and thank you for watching till the end. You really love to know about Erewhon. I'll see you on the next one.